What if you knew without any doubt that Judgment Day was tomorrow? Christ was coming. Maybe you're a believer, maybe you're not a believer. What if you just somehow got the revelation that Christ was coming again? It's all true. It's true. You just got the revelation. How do you think the world would feel or the world would act if everyone just got that truth and it was just loud and clear? It was so obvious. I think many people, very likely, maybe not all, but a whole lot more people would live different. And frankly, one reason why many people are doing such horrendous things today is that they don't believe that there's a judgment day. They don't believe that Christ is coming or God is coming or nothing like that. They don't believe in heaven. They believe life will continue the way it is and we die and who knows what happens next, right? So because there is seems to be a delay or just not going to happen or just fairy tales, just live however. It reminds me of like a parent that leaves the house for a couple hours and he tells the kids, listen, make sure when I come back, everything's in order, everything's right. Everything's cleaned up, do this, do that. And the parent leaves and the kids don't listen. And maybe they hear maybe when the kid hears the kids hear the parents pull up in a driveway in a car, hear the jingling in the door, they try and do little something real quick before they come. Right, before they come back in. But, and especially if the parents say they'll come within maybe 2 hours, it's taking like 6-7 hours and they begin to get very impatient, nonchalant, and begin to wreak havoc in the house. Likewise, there's a danger to idleness. There's a danger to just saying, well, there is no God, there is no second coming, there's none of that. And then we tend to get very defiant and rebellious. Today there's people that's doing crazy things. There's violence, there's murder, there's sex trafficking, there's people all over the place doing all sorts of wicked things with orgies and people almost naked on the streets and all over the pornography and so much wicked things because people are just where there's no God, there's nothing to look forward to after this. I don't care, I'm gonna do what I want, and they just go let loose. But it's very similar in the book of Exodus 32, what happened, for those who are familiar with the story. Exodus 32, and when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Adam and said to him, up, make us gods, which shall go before us. For us, as for this Moses, the man who that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we don't know what is become of him. So Moses went to the mountain, was taking it seemed like taking a sweet time to come. So he's delaying now. It seems like he's delaying. And the people are saying the same thing about Jesus today. Well, we read about Jesus, we studied about Jesus. He said he's gonna come back. Seems like he ain't coming for maybe ever or a long time. People are gonna say, okay, he's delaying. And Aaron said unto them, break off the golden earring which are in the ears of your wives, of your sons, and of your daughters, and bring them to me. And all the people break off the golden earring which were in their ears, and brought them unto Aaron. And he received them at their hand, and fashioned it with a graving tool, after he had made it into a molten calf. And he said, these be thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. So they got very impatient and began to concoct things, invent things, to do something, and begin to worship it. And today people are worshiping entertainment, they're worshiping TVs, they're worshiping their phones, worshiping AI technology, worshiping cars, worshiping themselves. Humans just have a proclivity to worship something, to give something their entire full devotion. Their heart is all into it. And you know that they're still God, because once it's taken away from them, once they lose it, they're beginning to get very depressed and suicidal and angry and vicious and irritable. A lot of people pull out their worship stock in a job, lose a job, they commit suicide. They lose their spouse, they commit suicide. They lose their boyfriend, girlfriend, they commit suicide. Because that's their God. Your whole heart is into it. If people lose their phone, they have no internet for a certain period of time, they go nuts. Like, oh my God, what is there to do in life? Oh my God, I'm so bored. I lost my phone. I don't know what to do anymore. That's their God now. Right? And when Aaron saw, he built an altar before it, and Aaron made a proclamation and said, tomorrow is a feast to the Lord. And they rose up early on the morrow and offered burnt offerings and brought peace offerings. And the people sat down to eat and to drink and rose up to play. And the Lord said to Moses, go get thee down, for thy people which thou brought out of the land of Egypt have corrupted themselves. So God told Moses, like, yo, the people, they wilding out down there. Y'all, let's go. They have corrupted themselves. They did it to themselves. So many people today are wondering, man, why is my life this way? Why am I so? Why is mine this toxic relationship? Why is the world so evil and violent? Why am I going through financial issues? Why am I going through all these health issues? Why am I going? And there's situations where we bring. I mean, there's situations that it is unfortunate reality that we are in a broken world. Bad things happen, and there are situations that we put ourselves in it. You're in a toxic relationship. You chose wrong. You know, you saw the red flags. You continue to stay with that person. Financial difficulties. A lot of people are not studying for a better career. They're not reducing their spending. They're not learning finances. Health issues. A lot of people refuse to change their diet. They just go by their taste buds. Eat what I want to eat. Drink what I want to drink. They barely move. You know, the thing that they're moving the most is their fingers on their phones and their remote controllers. So their body's not giving movement, and then they complain when we get all sorts of diseases, right? So a lot of it is what we're bringing to ourselves. Why am I depressed? Why am I angry? What are you listening to? What music are you listening to? Who are your friends? What are you watching? We have corrupted ourselves. They have corrupted themselves, as God told Moses. We do it to ourselves. Man, why is the world the way? What are we advertising on TV? What are we advertising on billboards? What do we do? What are we listening to at our jobs? The music, right? The conversation that we're having. Because whatever the images, the songs that we continue to play in our heads and see with our eyes is what we're going to go towards, more likely to. So if you want to change the way you're living, you got to change what you're exposing yourself to, what you're looking at, listening to. What's being broadcasted in the radio stations and the TVs. Most of it is garbage, it's foolishness, most of it. They have turned us like quickly out of the way which I commanded them. Sound like a parent with a child. Did I tell you not to do this, not to do that, to do your homework, to keep your room clean, not to be out past 7 o'clock curfew and all these things? Did I tell you not to smoke in this house? Did I tell you not to smoke at all? Did I tell you, stay away from those gang members? They have turned us like quickly out of the way which I commanded them. They have made them a molten calf, and have worshipped it, and have sacrificed them thereunto, and said, these be thy gods, O Israel, which that brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. They worshipped it and sacrificed thereunto. So there's people today. So there's a way that they sacrifice. They burn stuff at fires and enchantments and did all that, cut themselves and all that. But there's a way that we are sacrificing unto false idols, false gods. We're giving our time, excessive time to things that we shouldn't be, our money, our resources today to TVs, to sex, to the wrong people. We're sacrificing into false gods, giving our full heart to things that is false. That's not edifying us. They were worshiping around a golden calf, and they were naked. Around the golden calf naked. A lot of people today are dancing naked for gold, so to speak. A whole bunch of money, whole bunch of wealth, but they're going to dance around naked. It's the way the world has been for a long time. But I pray you would repent and worship the one true God. The one true God. That cannot be burned in the fire or stolen like a golden calf. All right, y'all. God bless you. Much love.